The Trump administration firing 8 more immigration judges. Jay O'Brien is in Washington with the details. And Jay, there have been more than 100 fired or resigning since last spring.
Exactly right, George. Overnight, the Trump administration announcing that it's fired 8 immigration judges working in New York City, according to the National Association of Immigration Judges. These firings, as you say, are part of a continued gutting of immigration courts from coast to coast. More than 100 immigration judges who review asylum claims and rule on other critical cases have been fired or resigned since last spring, the union says. It comes as the administration is trying to accelerate deportations nationwide and is pausing the processing of nearly all asylum claims in the wake of last week's shooting of National Guard troops by an Afghan national. And this morning, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is saying that she's pushing President Trump to expand the administration's current travel ban to include several more unnamed countries. This summer, the administration banned or restricted travel from 19 countries, including Afghanistan, Cuba, and Venezuela, a move that's already facing court challenges.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And the Trump administration is absolutely on fire, folks. Absolutely on fire. Check this out. Trump administration fires 8, count them 8, immigration judges in New York City. Okay, so Trump is on a rampage right now. Since coming back into office, right, since January 20th, he's already fired over 100 immigration judges. And these are these Biden holdovers or Obama holdovers, these people that just rubber stamp asylum cases, just boom, approved, boom, approved, boom, approved, just over and over and over again. Right? These people need to go, because not all asylum is created equal, if you will. Right? Most asylum, right? Like, once again, you know, I think it's a very high percentage. It's something like 80% of asylum cases are rejected, folks, because they have no legitimate claim, right? Because, once again, you look out into the world, sure, there's economic disparities all over the place, but that is not asylum, folks. Like, sure, you got some tin pot despots out there, you know, doing some underhanded things like in Venezuela or whatever, but, you know, we can't tell the people coming from Venezuela if they are genuine in their asylum claims or if they are Tren de Aragua or MS-13 or something like that, some gang member or some communist coming in to sow discord in this country. We just don't know, folks. We just have no idea. So we just don't accept anybody from these places. Well, like, once again, you know, we've been getting slapped in the face with immigrant crime or criminal alien criminality, as I like to call it. You know, these people coming into the country and they're just thinking that they can do whatever the hell they want to do and going around and taking out our American citizens. That's not a good thing, folks. You know, abusing people and all kinds of nonsense. You know, the human smuggling operation that was going on under the Biden administration was absurd. It's outright absurd. But, you know, we've got to slow down this process, folks. Because these asylum claims, these are people that are just coming in illegally. Most of these claims are not legitimate. I would say upwards of 99% of these claims are illegitimate, as a matter of fact. But, you know, it is what it is. He's getting rid of a lot of these bad judges, folks. A lot of these bad judges. Let's get into this. The Trump administration fired 8 immigration judges on Monday, according to an official with the National Association of Immigration Judges. The judges who were dismissed worked at 26 Federal Plaza. It came after an immigration judge who was fired by the Trump administration filed a lawsuit against the Department of Justice, alleging she is a victim of unlawful discrimination. Is that so? Is it unlawful discrimination? Are you sure about that? Or is that just the excuse? Right? Because, you know, these people are just so absurd. They want to put up this air of, I was discriminated against. This claim is going to fail, as a matter of fact, because they are not discriminating. They looked at your record and saw that you just rubber stamp, approved, and that's it. And you did not go over these cases in a legitimate fashion to actually suss out if these people had legitimate claims. And you just rubber stamp, approved, boom, like pulling a lever, just pull the lever. That's it, just boom, you're in, boom, you're in, boom, you're in. That's it. That's what they looked at. Probably went up back over some of those cases and was like, oh, she approved this guy's a criminal alien. He's just a criminal. That's it, not a criminal alien. Not if you're allowed in on asylum. You're no longer a criminal alien at that point. But yeah, I'm sure it wasn't discrimination. But hey, that's just my bias, right? Right? Let's see. Tania Nemer, a former immigration judge in Ohio, filed a lawsuit Monday claiming she was dismissed based on her gender, her dual citizenship with the country of Lebanon, and her previous run for local office as a Democrat in violation of civil rights laws. Okay, so that was the discrimination because you're a woman. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Donald Trump is actually a feminist. If you look at his administration, he puts a lot of women. Look who he's got running the Department of Homeland Security. A woman. Who does he have as the press secretary? A woman. He's got many, many women in his administration, as a matter of fact. He fills it up with about half women. For goodness sakes. So I don't think it has anything to do with gender. He's got lots and lots of women in his administration. Most of his U.S. attorneys that he has appointed to these positions have all been women. So, I mean, do you have any evidence of this? That he discriminated on the basis of gender? What is a woman, by the way? Somebody let me know down in the comments. Nemer was abruptly fired in the middle of her probationary period despite receiving the highest possible performance, the lawsuit alleges. Now, I love that right there because an idiot is going to read that and be like, well, she was a high performer. Well, her claims must be true. What does that mean? By what metric are you a highest performer? Once again, folks, like I was saying a minute ago, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, pull a lever, approved, approved, approved. It's like an assembly line. Is that what you mean by high performer? You were just getting them out of there, just boom, 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 as fast as you could? Yeah, that's why you got fired, because you were such a high performer. Look, folks, these people are insane, and I don't think that they have the cognitive capabilities to decipher reality for what it is, to decipher what's actually going on in the country. Like, read the room, lady. The Trump administration is here. He ran on immigration, on stopping immigration and getting, a mass deportation operation. You remember that, maybe? The fact that she ran as a Democrat. Donald Trump was a lifelong Democrat. He doesn't discriminate on the basis of party. Sure, he does dislike a lot of Democrats. Sure. But look, he had a very cordial conversation with Zoran Mandami. They had a very, it was the greatest interaction, like it was something like you've never seen, the likes of which you've never seen. That's what, according to Trump. So, no, he just doesn't like absurdities. These people are insane. Get this, folks. The lightning-fast, precipitous timing indicates that the incoming administration's decision was made not as part of a careful evaluation of Mrs. Nemer's qualifications or fitness for office, but instead as part of a rushed attempt by the new administration to target disfavored civil servants, the complaint states. Is that so? Well, how come she's the only one? How come none of these other people are suing on the basis for the same thing, for the same reason? Like, he's getting rid of people that, once again, you look at their record and it's just rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp. When they have a low rate of disapprovals for asylum claims, yeah, that tells you something. Considering, once again, if you look at how many asylum claims overall get disapproved, right? You look at that, you go to certain judges, if they are approving 90% of their cases, then, there's a problem here. We have a major problem here. Yeah. You're trying to fight against the administration. Once again, read the freaking room. The former Cleveland judge is among the more than 100 immigration judges who have been fired or resigned through the Department of Government Efficiency's Fork in the Road offer, or transferred out of immigration adjudication, according to the union representing immigration judges. The latest firings also come as the Department of Homeland Security is actively hiring deportation judges. That is right, folks. In a post on X last week, DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said the jobs offer potential full-time remote work with salaries ranging from $159,951 to $207,500. Sign me up, folks. Straight up. Immigrant advocates have called out the Trump administration for dismissing immigration judges who have experience in immigration law. There is also a backlog of more than 3.7 million immigration cases. That is right. We don't want immigrant defense attorneys to be immigration judges. Yeah, that's not a good thing, by the way. I know you might think that's a good thing, but not for the Trump administration, at least, because we don't want these people here. We've had way too many come in, and he's having a very tough time getting some of these people out, right? The Biden administration just completely perverted our immigration system in this country, completely perverted every aspect of it, every single aspect of it. And it's really hard to do a 180. It's tough, folks. It's not easy. Nemer's attorneys said in the filing that she was escorted out of court at the time of her dismissal, and that Nemer's supervisor and the acting chief immigration judge both said they did not know why she was being fired. So, does that matter? No, it doesn't. And to this day, the government has failed to offer any coherent and legitimate non-discriminatory rationale for her termination, the lawyers wrote. Yeah, but have they given her a reason why they're discriminating on her? No, they haven't. They haven't given her a reason for any of this. So she has no freaking clue. So now she's just making this up out of thin air that, oh, they're discriminating on the basis of gender. Good luck with that, by the way. Good luck proving that. Shortly after she was fired, Nemer filed a formal discrimination complaint with an Equal Employment Opportunity Office, which dismissed the case. That's funny. They dismissed it outright. The EEO office issued a final agency decision that dismissed Ms. Nemer's complaint and asserted that Title VII does not constrain discriminatory dismissal against immigration judges because the statute purportedly conflicts with the Article II removal power, according to the complaint. That is simply not true, her attorneys said in the complaint. Nothing in the Constitution gives the executive branch the right to discriminate. No, but they give the right. Once again, that's a fundamental misunderstanding of Article 2. By the way, Article 2 of the Constitution is the executive power. It's the executive branch, as a matter of fact, and all the powers thereof. And one of those sections in that article is the power of the executive branch to fire people. Has nothing to do with discrimination. They can fire you for no reason. The lawyers called the DOJ's position that it can fire federal employees without a reason, despite civil rights statutes, a breathtaking assault on a landmark federal statute. What is that statute, by the way? According to the complaint, a DOJ official submitted an affidavit that detailed driving infractions involving Nemer, as well as 2 local tax cases from 2010 and 2011, which the former immigration judge alleged in the complaint that she had disclosed as part of a background check to become an immigration judge. Nemer's attorney said the complaint that the DOJ official created the misleading impression that the prior infractions were somehow connected to Nemer's termination. The former immigration judge is asking a court in D.C. for a declaration that the government violated her rights, reinstatement, and compensatory damages. And compensatory damages. I love that, folks. Okay, so is that not a good enough reason right there that you failed to pay your taxes and we don't think you deserve to be a judge? I love these people, the entitlement of these people. Once again, just take a hint, lady. You're gone. Get out of there. Go back to being a practicing lawyer and you defend these criminal aliens. Just go back to doing that. Like, these people are insane, y'all. They really are. I love this. Oh, they discriminated. Like, once again, you know, you could easily disprove this by just go look at the pool of immigration judges. If there are any women at all that haven't got fired, boom, there you go. Exonerated fully. There you go, folks. That's all you got to do. Simple. Just very simple. I love this. I love these people that don't think past their first thought. First thought, oh, he must hate me because I'm a woman. You didn't think past that for a second and look at his cabinet and look that Donald Trump is actually a feminist. He loves putting women in powerful positions. Like, these people are just developmentally disabled, y'all. Seriously. That's the nicest way I can put it. Nicest way I can put it. I could say the other word, but I don't want to say retarded. You know, I just don't like saying the word retarded. Developmentally disabled it rolls off the tongue so much better. But anyway, folks, these people are absurd, and I just wanted to give you guys that update because the Trump administration is just rolling on full steam ahead, y'all. Getting rid of criminal aliens out of this country, and I love it. I'm here for every single minute of it. But you guys let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. That is all I've got. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. Share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. Click the join button. Sign up and become a member. And always remember, folks, that, you know, God has a plan for all of us. If you are going through anything at all, whatever that may be, start talking to God. Ask Him to come into your life and turn your life over to Him. You will see a change, folks. You will absolutely see a change. Go talk to a preacher. Go talk to somebody. You will see a change, folks. But that's all I got. Y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.